Good evening. I want to go over the market forecast of what I see coming up this next week, March 15th. For the Qs, we failed to climb above the 50 moving average and we rejected that price, so very risky here. If the Qs cannot hold again this 310 level, then we could see this come all the way back down to 290 or 285. So over the next few days, you need to monitor that, and your tech stocks, if they come up and hit the 50 MA, you might want to take profit on some. Definitely want to have your stops in place if the Qs fall over. SPY has been looking really good. It too has had a new high and has not been able to get through it, but still SPY is sitting well. We could see a small pullback before it continues up. And with a Fibonacci extension, we could see it get up to 405 to 407, maybe 400 before it pulls back to the previous high and continues up. Originally, I was thinking that SPI would make it to about 405 and then we'd see a crash. We do see that a squeeze is happening and therefore the spider will likely continue up. Now for some picks. Big Lots is doing pretty good. I would have loved to have caught this at the break of 66. We could see this break through the wedge that it's forming. Possibly 72 or 76 is our targets. We could see a pullback all the way to 63, so position accordingly. You could be very tight on your stop, but it is likely that a stop somewhere below 63 should be good. HIBB. This is another one that's having a nice move. I like to see this one. Yeah, if this one climbs up above 67, you could go long, but again, we just started the move. It would have been great to catch it breaking this line. I would be more comfortable selling this a little bit at the 70 and the remainder at the 74 level. You could make your stop below 60. Be willing to add back at the $64 level. All right. KLR. I like this stock. It's a tech stock. It competes with Twilio, and I like it to the long side here. If we can get above 1775, I would like to hold this to 22, 24, and then the remainder just hold. So at least a position size for the long term, but taking short-term profits here. Easy stop below 14, but maybe even below 1550. And if you're going in with a large size, you could potentially put a stop below Friday's low. But I think I would be willing to add yeah, I think I'd be willing to add at the 21 if it pulls back to that. PLTR. So I want to talk about PLTR and AI. They're competitors, both in the same space of data, AI, and analytics. I do like this setup, except I'm a little bit nervous. And if we can't break above these two levels, our next major resistance at 30, 31. We had a double top, but I like the stock. So a bias. I know ARK Funds is buying them up as well. A simple taking a small entry and then being willing to add on a slight pullback, but my biggest concern is if we do fail here, we're rolling over along with the Qs. But a break above here, I would expect us to continue up. We could see it get all the way as high as 44, but I would definitely be taking profits at these resistance levels and maybe being at least 2/3 out by $34. AI. While I do not like this chart, I do like the fact that we came back to the original open and we're holding. We already have that line there. I think we've got to see it break above the 91 level. I did take a small position size when it held. I will add when it breaks above 91.5. It's got to get above this 8 EMA. We could see it break above, pull back, and then continue up. If you're looking for places to take profits on the way up, maybe 110. I would say you might be able to get it back up to 139-ish. Maybe have a half of your size off by there and then let the rest run to the 127 extension. And just move up your stops. GE. I didn't think I'd ever talk about GE, but we did break the previous highs from early 2020. I like this movement. I think that we could hold here. If we fall below 1180, I would get out, but you could hold all the way down to $10. I mean, that's such a long way down, plus earnings is coming up. I think we should be able to have a nice swing back up to this level, $13, maybe 14. Definitely not this level before earnings, not 15, but yeah, I would say that you would have 3 different targets that you would want to sell at as we scale up. And personally, I'm going to put my stop below the 1185, just below wherever the 50 moving average is. So sorry, maybe 1160. One more for you. NNDM. I like the company. ARK Funds is also investing in them. I think this movement looks pretty good, but again, we have the 50 moving average that we got to get above. We could see a pullback to the 8. If the Qs are failing, this will fail. But I would be willing to add at pullbacks to the 8 EMA. So maybe take a half position size, add at the 8, and then we're wrong if Qs roll over, or you could put a stop below the 620 or 865. I would definitely take positions off the table at around 13, maybe 15, and then let the rest run to the 1272 at 20. And I am going to hold a long-term position in this company as well. Hope your trading goes well this coming week. Keep your eyes on the Qs and have a good night.